Oh then. Oh then. Hello. How do? What's everyone? How's everybody doing? Back with some more Final Fantasy 11th edition. Now I need to find out where the heck is my story. Here we go. We're on the 3 paths and we're on the 3rd path, I believe. Yep. Yo, what's up, Zerix? Did you message me? You did. Oh yeah, which actually reminds me, I'm just exit my link shell. Hello, Hammy. How's everyone doing? What's up? So what I've been doing offline, besides my daily carry-ons, is actually my dancer is level 93. I'm going to be dancing, but I just want to level it to 99. But I need to focus on this warrior. I need more. I want this character to like be able to farm everything I need, even if it farms stuff for the dancer eventually. But I need to rig out this character first, and then I'll use dancer. But I want to level dancer 99 because it's fun to have. It's been fun leveling it because you get this thing called Presto. Oh, it looks amazing, the dancer as well. This is this fucking cool looking class. Whole meatloaf is a tiny dancer. Right, so let's get this going. So it's Port Sandoria. Oh no, I need to speak to Henry first. Probably the wrong point. Sandoria. It's the one over here. Right, let's go speak to Henry. So I need this expansion. As much as I'm enjoying it, it's holding me back. I need to finish it to progress with other stuff I want to do. So how's everybody doing? What's going on? This is what I was doing today. I've mentioned this on stream before. I've issues with my toenails being ingrown, so I get a podiatrist to cut them once every few months. So that was my appointment today. So I got my toenails done. It's very, very fancy. Very fancy. And then I was like, I'll go for lunch, and I went to the bank, and some other stuff. Here I am. Ah, you were the adventure step 4. Did you happen to find Prish? I see. I heard from Ulmia about what transpired. It is distressing to hear that Prish, as ill as she is involved in all this. And now Ulmia says that she is missing and that the Junian government has issued a warrant for her capture. Waves. You're acquainted with Prish, are you not? Though I met her only once, long ago, I cannot believe that she could do the things that Dushi is accusing her of. You can't unknow about my toenails now. I have bad toenails, yeah. 60 streaks. Oh my god. And me. Thank you so much. I may simply be in need of sorry, but there's one thing that troubles me. When the Cardinal Aldrin brought her disciple, Prish, to our residence, my husband told me to watch out for her. When I asked why, he said that her birth was a great misfortune, and that in due time she would commit a great crime against Vanadil and her children. This was her destiny. And that was all she would say. Well, do not worry, Waves. I have abandoned all self-interest and pledged my services to the Dawn Goddess. I do not care whether or not one has committed crimes in the past. I cannot turn my back on one who pleads help. I have offered my assistance to Ulmia in her time of need. I have also suggested that she stay here. Please, would you be so kind as to relay the important message to her? Moments ago, a high priest from the cathedral, Chaslovich, stopped by. He asked to speak with Ulmia. I believe she is somewhere near the port. I would be extremely grateful if you could find her and tell her to visit the cathedral. Okay, doke. Okay, doke, let's go find Ulmia. the tree paths section is really long, but I'm hoping that once I'm over this tree path section, that it'll be the finale of this thing will come quick. It doesn't matter where I go here. Let's go to the ports. Okay. Is that not Hillary again? I wonder who this beautiful young lass is waiting for every day and every night down by the docks. I dare you go down there and ask her name. You think she could handle that? You think you could handle that? You've got to be joking. We're still on duty. Though I do get off in 3 hours. Frisch? Fine tune, it is. Never heard it before, but it sounds somewhat familiar. Well, it isn't Tinderay, just exact same character model. I never thought that I'd live to hear that melody again. Brings back memories, it does. You still haven't found the girl you're looking for? No, I have not. Don't worry, she'll turn up. I guarantee it. You'd have to be crazy not to be drawn by the sweet melody of Olmia's harp. It's not fresh, yeah. Hey, music lady, you wouldn't have to be looking for somebody, would you? Yes, I am. I'm searching for a young girl. Her hair is light blue. She is dressed in the theologian gowns of Athanasius Cathedral. Blue hair, theologian gowns. Sounds a lot like a girl that the guys in June were looking for. Kind traveler, do you know anything of the girl the Duchy seeks? Yeah, well, it just happens to be that I'm looking for the same girl. Now, whether the girl is the same girl you're looking for, I don't know. I did not mean to pry, but has Juno hired you to find the girl they're searching for? Does it look like I work for the Duchy? If that's what you want to believe, go right ahead. You're Elvan all the same, only seeing what you want to see. Hey, did you know that along with the girl, there's another warrant out to capture some strange boy? How much do you bet that those two are together? I do not know, but if the girl you and I are searching for is the same person, I can tell you this, she is not one to run. Catching mice is what we Mithra live for, but it's turning out to look like this job is going to be a bit different. Oh well, I don't have time to play games with cat and mouse, so I guess I'll just concentrate on the boy. Wait, what do you know of the boy? Music lady, you should be careful what you ask. The answer might bite you back. If the girl you're looking for is the same one I'm seeking, then we'll meet again. If you still want to know the answer to that question, then I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. Until next time. Waves. You alright? I'm fine. I do not know who that Mithra was, but I have a feeling she's searching for Prish. Those eyes. It was as if she was hunting prey. Waves, is Prish alright? Is she not? Please tell me she is. Prish is fine. Well, thank you, Waves. It comforts me to hear you say that. As long as you are here by my side, I believe that everything will be fine. I'm sorry, I did not mean... Lady Hinnery has introduced me to many people she believed may know something of Prish, but I have uncovered nothing. I'm worried if anything were to happen to her. What? You have a message from Lady Hinnery? I'm to meet with the High Priest, Chazalvig. Why are these names so difficult to say? Chazalvig. High Priest Chazalvig in the cathedral. Chazalvig. Thank you very much, otherwise. I'll make for Northern Sandoria right away. Chazalvig. Oh, I should have done the other one. That's fine. The cathedral is where... Yeah, it's easy when you say it at me. Say it again. Easy, yeah. I think you said it perfectly. There he is now. Chazalvig. Chazalvig. Wait, my curiosity was sufficiently piqued to do some investigating on my own into the Knights Mistal. It is lovely to see you again, High Priest Chazalvig. I'm afraid I neglected to properly introduce myself on our first meeting. My name is Ulmia. I was advised to seek your counsel by Lady Hinnery. I love this track. Now I understand. The reason for your keen interest in the nature of paradise and the curse of the Twilight God is clear to me. Lady Ulmia, and you, Waves. You need not fear being overheard in this place. Let us be entirely truthful with one another, and can speak openly in these matters. Matters concerning the Tavnasian choir's efforts to complete the 5 verses. You know of the song? Before the advent of the Great War, you came to visit Lady Hinnery with Cardinal Medaldrin and her companion, did you not? I was permitted to accompany Pask Mushavat and was present at the proceedings. I am certain that at the time you had little idea of the reason behind the gathering. It was, in fact, a meeting to improve the failing relations between the cathedrals of Sandoria and Tavnasia. In particular, there seemed to be no end to the unsavory rumours surrounding the Tavnese Cathedral. This was perhaps due to the strict policy of secrecy the Tavnasians had adopted following the period of internecine conflict in Sandoria. The Pask sent a messenger to determine the accuracy of these rumours. However, Cardinal Medaldrin arrived accompanied by 2 young girls. One of those girls was you. One of those girls, you, Ulmia, sang a certain song. Yes, I remember, but my voice was still untrained, and Pask Mushavat grew furious at my terrible singing. No, child, that is not why he was angry. The reason behind the Pask's outburst was his fears that the song you were singing would be completed. He was frantic to stem the dreadful power of that song. Dreadful power? It is perhaps for the best that you remained ignorant of the truth. This story finds its beginning almost 500 years ago. It reaches back to an era considered to be a time of humiliation for the Elvan. At the time, the Quan continent was under the control of an army dispatched by the Federation of Windurst. The Elven race had yet to form a nation of their own, and the numerous tribes lived in the forests, apart from one another. Okay. But even as now, the blood of the Elven ran deep with pride, swearing victory upon his sword, the hero, Lanfear de Orgel, came forth to lead our people to freedom. Along with General Avalon Taju, who lives later to become the Marquis of Tavnesia. They founded a kingdom on the strength of the two valuable artifacts. However, after the battle to emancipate the Elvan, both of these treasures were lost. In their respective places in the cathedrals of Sandoria and Tavnesia, two mysterious stone tablets were left behind. We toiled long and hard to solve the riddles of the tablets, and we were finally able to retrieve one of the objects in the age of King Rampar, the Holy Sword, Lightbringer. In spite of this success, the Tavnesian Cathedral refused to reveal the contents of the second tablet. A secret investigation, instigated by the Sandorian Cathedral, discovered the writings upon the stone were actually the verses of a song. Yes, you know this song only too well. It was the Lay of the Immortals. It was a song that would conclude with the manifestation of a deity. A song to call the gods? I never knew. The Tavnesian Cathedral had deciphered the words, but the melody yet eluded them. The search for one who could perform the song was apparently long and arduous. However, when you appeared and were able to sing the opening verse, the song showed its first promise of power. But I was told the lay was sung to prove that Prish was not the abhorrent one. I know this. That is why I summoned you here, to explain the truth behind these matters. I have learned from Lady Hinnery that a knight is searching for Cardinal Maldodrian under orders from the Sandorian Cathedral. From what I could discover, he has travelled to the Northlands to learn more about the Twilight God. I feel like you're going to read more than I did the other day when you were reading the FF10 novel. Yeah, there's been a lot of reading this, but it's all good. I know not her purpose, but Cardinal Maldodrian was also seeking the knowledge regarding Promathia. Cardinal Maldodrian? Please heed my words. Never forget the significance of that song, or your own worth as one who holds knowledge of its mysteries. If the Cardinal discovers that you still live, Lady Olmia, I implore you, find your companion and return to Tavnesia. I spoke with the researchers of the Bausadine on the matter of Sir Luvrance. From what I can gather, your friend has most likely been transported to the monastery in the Federation of Winders. That is good news. Thank you, High Priest Cheveridge. For fuck's sake. We will continue our search in Winders. That fucking name. I was doing so well up till there. Propped up again. The fucking cat lady was watching. She knows where we're going. My wrist has been very sore lately, but I actually fell on the beach of all things, running to the sand lately. I think I might have fucking hurted a bit. It's annoying me. It could also very well be playing, a couple 100 hours of Final Fantasy 11. Let's not assume that's what it is. I really should just set up the controller. I feel like it'd be cozy just to be running around doing the story. So now we need to go to Windurst. Look at these guys. This is what you call multi-boxing. So that's one person running 5 characters. And they're all master leveled. Oh my god. I want to go to Windurst. Waters. 1.3. I might BRB for 2 seconds. I think someone's downstairs. In a moment. To ask them something. And it is sore, goddammit. Maybe I'll take some anti-inflammatories. Yeah, BRB 2 seconds. I won't be live. Just 2 seconds. I'll check your picture, Hammy. 1 second. Oh, yeah. Aww. Very cute. Everyone's got ice creams. A bit nice time. Okay. BRB 2 seconds. Okay. So I was informed I actually need to go somewhere at 6 o'clock, but it's only like for all going well 20 minutes, so I might just like leave the stream on when I go and just come back. It'll be fine. That's maybe what I'll do. But we'll work that out. That's later's problem. North wing of the Rhinoceros is this one. North wing. We're looking for Kiro Toto. Huh? Hey, I've been looking everywhere for you. You adventure folk. Can't Taru seem to sit still? Can you imagine what it's like trying to find you? The nerve of people nowadays. Well, I haven't exactly been out searching for you, not in the strict technical sense of the word. But you had me so worked up, I haven't been able to properly meditate. You've heard of the Prime Avatar that inhabits the realm of the dreams, right? What, that innocent look off your face? I know you know better. I have received a summons for you from that Prime Avatar. Yes, you. And also for your buddy Woodies. Diablos. These past few days have been a nightmare. Literally. The Prime Avatar snatched me up in my dreams. And I thought I was a goner. Scenes of wonders flash before my eyes. It is. I really, really like the model of Diablos in 11. But all he said was, come to Soya, and ordered me to relay the message to you and your palsy walsies. Do you see what I went through because of you? But, anyway, I told you, and done my job. So get your tailsy wheelsy down to Soya, like Mr. Prime Avatar said. I'll never be able to meditate properly again if you don't. So off with you now. Chew. Okay. I said talk multiple times. Your aura is blinding. What a valid deal are you carrying? Look, I can't sleep with you standing there like a muddled mandragora. You're looking for a girl with crikey spiky hair. You should use his nails. Oh, I know the one. She was taken to Dr. Jorn Orn's mansion. But are you a friend of hers? That girl is a disaster waiting to happen. Unlike the light I see in your aura, she is surrounded by a dark, creepy, weepy cloud. It is that very cloud of doom and gloom that has made her a target of the great being I see in my dreams. Now that someone, somewhere, has activated the ruins of Soya, the great being no longer can act freely. That being is so furious over losing its prey, I don't think I'll be seeing any pleasant Uru dreams for a while. Okay. Now, indeed, you'll speak to you and Owen. So I think that actual first scene was probably from like an older cutscene. I've already gone and defeated Diablos. Travel to another home point, current region, Winderst Walls, point 1. So yeah, around 6 I need to go. So I got an hour and a half. Ba-ba-ba. Jorn Orn's is the next one up, I believe. Let's go to Morrow. This one actually might not be that bad. Like as in, I think this the first one was the longest one. This one doesn't seem like something to sneeze. Excuse me. Aren't you the adventurer who brought thee those 3 catastrophes to my doorstep? What a disaster do you have? What disaster do you have in store for me today? I might have been caught out off guard by past events, but this time I'm ready for you. Pardon my intrusion, but would this be the residence of the former Rhinostri minister? Waves, thank goodness you're here. It seems you're one step ahead of me. Well, well, who is this enchanting at you, young lady? Do you think this would be enough to startle me silly? Would this be enough to startle me silly? Is a great line. Well, have you know, I'm one of the calmest, most unshakable. Is this the residence of Dr. Jorn Orn? Is the doctor around? I am a Mithrin tracker. Shikari Y. Are you ready to meet your doom, Dr. Orn? A Mithrin tracker? Ordinarily, I would have you faint in terror after you've heard what I've come to say. Dr. Jorn Orn, surely you already suspected the reason I'm here. Come. There is no point in hiding it. We Mithrin trackers are able to sense that abhorrent power. Abhorrent power? You Taru have a little experience with this type of magical energy. But the Mithrin know it all too well. A stone pulsing with that dark power was the cause of the bloodshed within my tribe. You will hand the stone over to me immediately. The Magicite. Now, sweetheart. Miss Mithrin Tracker, I understand that your concerns, but you are sure you don't have to be confused with someone else? I am an avid researcher of all things certain, but I have no samples of this dreadful Magicite you speak of. Is that right, Sugar Plum? I don't usually like to say this up front, but I do love the sight of bright, gushing blood. Oh, I told you, I don't know anything about this stone. I can't give it to you what I don't have. Eek! Enough of this. How dare you threaten this poor man with violence? Do you truly believe this tyrannical method will lead any sort of justice? He swears that he does not have the Magicite. If he doesn't have it, then maybe you carry the stone. Or maybe this adventurer. You're way off the mark, ladies. The only person carrying the Magicite here is me. For I am the great Prish. Hey guys, sorry to keep you hanging. Now that I'm here, everything is just peachy. Just peachy? Look at the situation we're in, you ninny. That's far enough. You kiddies play far too rough. Dr. Shintoto? Shikari Y, you rabid feline. You may be a Mithrin tracker, but I'll be a Cardian's mother before I let you run amok in this city of mine. How I loathe complications. And you, Jorn Orn, since I have the floor, I'll speak while I can. This story is going to the press. Another illegitimate child and an elven no less. What? No, you've got it all wrong. Now to the heart of the matter. Prish, show everyone the stone and end this meaningless chatter. Show them why the Magicite is not yours to give. Show them why it would be impossible for you to hand over the stone and live. What does she mean? If that's what it takes, nobody blink. Now. Is it like embedded in her chest or something? How is this possible? The Magicite embedded in her flesh. Okay, so it is. Magicite is a stone that awakens an overwhelming darkness within its possessor. The possessor eventually sheds any vestige of morality, becoming an anathema to other living creatures. Why do you have the stone embedded within you? Why have you not become an abhorrent being, feared by all? An abhorrent being, huh? Just can't get away from that word, can I? Well, I've stayed in this place long enough. Gotta go now. Throw down with Bahamut. The fate of Vanadil is at stake. Bahamut? You mean the Worm King Bahamut? No, my uncle Bahamut. Of course I mean the Worm King. Under normal circumstances, it would be my duty as a Mithrin tracker to gain possession of that Magicite by any means necessary, even if it meant carving it out of your hide. But why don't you accompany me to Atoll Chasm instead, honeybee? There's someone there you There's someone there who should know a lot about that black mad site you have. That could be fun. Trish, what are you thinking? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this cat lady. She might be able to help me find the Star of Tavanasia. Trish. Waves, take care of Ulmia. And thanks for your help, Docs. Docs? Why is that cursed stone in Precious' chest? And why has she decided to seek out the Star of Tavanasia after all this time? I must go to Automatel Chasm as well. Well, off to the chasm we go, I guess. She's like Iron Man. I guess so. Just an evil magicite embedded in her. Okay, I've been to Total Chasm. That's where I just don't know what the region is. It's not to the, place the... There it is. Rup-a-bum-bum-bum-bum. Up. Okay, so I need to go to Boneyard Gully. Oh, it's just up here. Boss fight time. Wait, did I go the wrong way? No, I'm in Boneyard Gully. Yeah. There's no map for this area. Where's the PCN? Aha. I guess this is it. Sure. Aha. So Midaldrian wasn't in the safe hold after all. Our whereabouts may still elude us, but I'm certain that the Cardinal lives. Midaldrian must be found and punished for her sins before the whole world ends up in this barren land. Leave it up to me, sis. Once I track down the theologian, Frisch, she'll be able to tell me where the Cardinal is hiding. Frisch's trail leads to the Rhino Stream Windurst. I'll head there right now. Too late, Buttercup. You gotta move faster than that. How did you... You? Frisch, you haven't changed at all. Good to see you're still kicking too, Miss Tracker. It's been a while. A meeting of old friends. This girl is no friend of mine. She is the youth that manipulated the Tavnesian cathedral alongside Cardinal Bedaldrian. Do not tell me you've forgotten our warning. When the Worm King returns, a new war will erupt between the dragons and the Altanas children. Before that happens, we must wake the sleeping gods with the Lay of the Immortals and beseech their aid. Can you not see? The future that we most feared has come to pass. Of course, we Mithrin trackers carry heavy sins of our own. We failed to see through your honeyed words, even going so far as to aid you in your demented plans. Whoever would have believed those plans involved resurrecting the Twilight God and with the Lay of the Immortals? Now hang on there, Furball. Aren't you getting your facts mixed up? It's true that the Cardinal Bedaldrian never really intended to wake the First Gods, but we never did anything to bring back Promathia. And why does the girl behind you sing the Lay of the Immortals? And the Magicite you possessed was the same material used by the Beastmen to revive the Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord? Don't play coy with us. If you had no intention of awakening sleeping gods, why would you need to find a singer for the Lay of the Immortals? What have you brought forth from the abyss of death with the power of the Magicite? I give up. There's no talking to you guys when you get all fanatical like this. That's why we never told you the truth. Why, you little brat. Yes, you're right. We are singular in purpose. If you understood our zeal, then there's nothing left to talk about. Oh, it's this. This is the one. Config frame rate divisor 2. Okay. And then we are not here to probe your other sins. We're here to demand payment for a single crime. The crime of singing the Lay of the Immortals. You will be held responsible for the sins of Bedaldrian. There will be no hearing. Prepare to face your judgment. Macros. Edit macros. War. Ones we want. Summon my dudes. Okay. And there's just another boss. Okay, I shouldn't be spoiling it. I think there's another fight just right after this. And then I think this is the end of this tree paths, maybe. Perhaps. We found Prish. I know, when I'm reading a guide, you know what I mean? It's hard to not notice that there's another fight momentarily. So apparently these guys were actually kind of tough back in the day because they would actually skill chain up and stuff. They would Pop. Bonk. Have you met my axe? Have you met my axe? Bonk. Bonk. Maybe I didn't even need my trusts. Why? No strength left. Some strange power at work. You guys can't kill us. We've spent a long time dealing with things that people were never meant to encounter. And we're gonna finish what we set out to do. What are you? I know exactly what you girls are trying to get at. You want to save everyone. Save Vana'diel. I know I'm right because I feel the same way too. We thought bringing back Promathia was the only way. Olmia? First, you never mentioned Bedaldrian. I knew it. If you want me to pay for that crime, I'll be happy to do it. But not for you. Not for the terrestrial avatars, not for the sleeping gods, and definitely not for some beastmen. I'll do it for me, because my crime was abandoning myself. Now I want some answers. Where can I find the Star of Tavnesia? Where is this? Wilgrand Range? Oh, okay. Good. I was already there, so you can actually warp back here. I did. This looked like an area where there's going to be 5 mini bosses. So I feel like that's where we're going. The reason I know that is that wasn't kind of metagaming, is, but like at the end of the last expansion, they had an area with 5 home points dotted on the map, and they were all outside the doors of bosses. Wow, Beastman carried it pretty far, huh? That's my Magicite, and I gotta get it back. Push! Come back. Okay, so well, I guess I can just exit and warp directly there. Why would you not play it, Hammy? It's a great game. Bet you'd love this. Oh yeah, this is actually almost done. It's great. We are actually almost done with this 3 paths quest. Holy moly. Where's the oh, crystal? What's out further? No, I think I ran away. Oh, did it? Whatever. It must have brought me out a different way. Which is fair enough, because that happens quite a lot when most of those areas have different exits and entrances. I was kind of wondering. No. 1.2. So I went here last stream. We had to farm we had to get a snow lily. And I came here and I touched the points. I knew I'd have to come back. And there you go. It paid off. Now we're here. Magical barrier prevents you from moving anyway. You made it, Waves. Just in time, too. You were about to be the lucky recipient of Lady Precious Punishment and Pain special. Step aside and watch a professional work. Get a load of this place. Why did the Beastmen bring up that chunk of magicite here? Poor bastard who found it would have been pretty messed up, I'd say. I suppose you wouldn't know too much about that particular chunk of magicite. The emptiness sealed within made it unique. You've heard about the magicite known as the Star of Amnesia, right? And I bet you know that a piece of it was stolen and sold to Bastok before the war too, right? Well, an allied expedition came here to the Northlands 30 years ago, bearing that chunk of magicite. Its members were poisoned by the voice of the darkness sealed in the stone. Give in to thy desires, return to thy true self. The voice beckons to the darkness within us, over and over. That's why the members of the expedition went to Little Luby. Can't really blame them though. I mean, you would too, if the Twilight God was whispering in your ear. Oh, so that's kind of interesting. That's like harkening back to the original story of why the guys betrayed each other. The voice of Promathia? What the? You eavesdropping again? You must tell me more of this tale. I am Lou Ranson Mistal, Frank Mage M. Mistal, Royal Knight, a member of the Allied Expedition. Frank Mage was his grandfather. Yeah. Oh, so that's which one you are. In that case, I know all about you too. So you finally come back. Did you manage to avenge your grandfather's death? How did you know about that? Could it be that you got it, buddy. It's just your unlucky day. I'm Prish. This here's Waves. You too. I bet you've heard that nobody knows what to make of us, huh? But as that doesn't bother me one bit, you shouldn't let it bother you either. What I want to hear is the lowdown on the big boss behind the Kindred of the Northlands. That Mitra seemed to think that it's Promathia, but I know better than that. So who the hell is it? He's called the Divinity of Darkness by the Beastmen, apparently. I returned here to investigate that very fact. The legends of the Northern Islands tell of this Divinity of Darkness slumbers this land. At some time in the past, the Shadow Lord followed the voice of this sleeping deity to its source. His actions led by the powerful stone in his possession of the Shadow Lord. The Divinity of Darkness created an army of demons to enter the service of his visitor. I think I'm starting to get it now. The being who the being who the Beastmen called Promathia is actually, tell me, I must know the truth. Prish. Wait, be on your guard. There's something strange afoot. Back to the abyss, foul beast. I assume I can probably blitz this one too, but it's okay with me. We'll play it safe. Ba-da-da-da. So. We're prepping to win Big Limbo. We're gonna smash these dudes. I bet you I'm gonna just bonk him. He's gonna be dead in like 2 seconds. Bonk dead. Bonk. Oh no. In fairness, look, he took more than one hit. Good for him. I did forget to put up Hassel and Berserk, so it's probably the one. Bonk. Tough one. Do-do-do-do-do. Waves, I knew you were tough. That guy's definitely has an eye for adventures. Talk about dumb luck. What happened to the resting place of the sleeping gods? You know of the divinity said to slumber here. There should be an enormous crystal of darkness here. It can't be the Beastman deity you speak of. Mm-hmm. Oh. Is that? Stay back. The voice of darkness will have you. I will never forget that stone. It is the Magicite that drove the Allied expedition members to madness. That stone is responsible for my grandfather's fate? No. You've come back. Welcome home, my little lost Magicite. Prish. Not really sure what's going on. I'm not sure what Prish's motivations are. What's going on? I must follow my friend. I must learn the truth. Waves, I shall see you back in Bastok. May the light of Altana guide you on your journey. Okay, so they said once I come out of here, I'll actually be at the top of the mountain. And they said to get the... There's a home point up here that you should unlock while you're here. There's also... I need... Do I have... So if I go to item search... Ahriman tier. I have. Okay, that's fine. So they say you might want them for a quest. Then there's some other stuff that I could have done while I was here as well, but I don't know what this was. There's no map. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yeah, I can actually summon in here, can I? Or not summon, mount. Yeah. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. I feel like I'm going the wrong way to the crystal. Yeah. Agluik. 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 Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Can't go up there any further. This is where I came from, isn't it? As in, I think this like brings me back up to the... Wait a minute. Yeah, it does. Fuck. Wait, can I... Maybe there's another exit out here. Instead of like crossing the frozen pond at H8, but like... Let's see. Let's just wander around a little bit. Ah. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Now it must be out to the other place again. And then I'll just have to figure out some other way to get in there. see. Is there like a better map of this place? So I'm right at the sea of Bearclaw. Doesn't really help me at all. Across the thing at HE, so I guess let's keep going. West. Can't go this way. Well, then, we are limited in our options. Maybe they mean the one on the left. YOLO. This does bring back up to HEs. Yeah, maybe they mean the one to the south. Where is he normally? Nope. Smells here. Oh, digging. 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 This is my first time I've ever seen someone digging since I came back. Where's his home point? I want it. Damn it. Looks like it's under me, maybe. What does Jormungand drop? Oh, nothing. Okay. It's actually easy praise. I guess I go down. Maybe that leads south to that home point. They're saying it's worth getting this. Oh, it's a title for the best. They're saying that it's worth like to get this home point. So, because I could imagine how it's a pain afterwards to come back and get it. Oh, wait, this isn't it either. Oh, maybe they meant the one up top. We can get on. I feel like there's a lot more involved in this area than they're showing me yet. Because like there's so many home points here. It makes me think that there's a lot of stuff to happen yet here. That's a rhetorical as well. I'm not. We'll wait. We'll find out. I was going to ask you something as well. What was it? So there's 2 monthly things. So just a quick one while you're there. So, because I was told that like getting the deeds are important. I need to do delve. Acquire the requisite amount of Moyen Plaza from other sources other than a man vouchers. You get 10 things. And I also want to emerge victorious from one to be feared on any difficulty level. The requisite number of times. Once. I want to just get those 2 things done before the monthly thing. Delve is a minimum of 3. Okay, fuck it. No, 2 map. I'm 90% sure it's going to be underneath me here, so YOLO. Cool. Which one is this? Right, we're fine. Let's go to Bastok. Let's finish this mission. Have another home point. Bastok. Metalworks. About 1. We're done. This fucking 3 paths. Boom, boom, boom. Ba, ba, ba. So delve we can maybe do if we get one other person, then is it? I assume you haven't done that yet this month either, so. Because apparently the deeds, you want to unlock the deeds eventually. It takes months, but they're used for something important. Right, cutscene. Let's go. This should be the final cutscene of this. Oh, yeah? Who is that with you? They're not. Yes, they are the Mithrin Sin Hunters, the trackers who have come to our land to find Prish. Mithrin Sin Hunters? Then Prish has already been punished? Of course not, Master Sid. However, we were able to find her. But now she's gone again, and she took the Magicite with her. But now she's gone again. Oh yeah, the Magicite. Fill me in the details on that. Okay, I might just buy that after. I might just do it soon. I see. I didn't realize that Tavnesia's Magicite was that powerful. Or that dangerous. So it was the energy from the stone that affected the members of the multinational expedition. It invaded their hearts and minds, ultimately driving them to do the unspeakable. Exactly. Our country's representative on that expedition found a shard of Magicite and brought it back to our homeland. It was then that we too realized its terrifying power. However, we were never told where the shard came from. Further Mithrin expeditions were sent to the Northlands to investigate the stone's origins, but they were unsuccessful. No, it was a completely different investigation that led us to the answer. While searching for the relic of the dragon stolen from the Temple of Yugoloplay, we found what we were looking for there. You met with Prish and the Cardinal Midaldrin in the Tavnesian Cathedral. After a bit of persuasion, the Cardinal showed us what they called the Star of Tavnesia. In other words, Magicite. We told her of the terrible power that the Magicite contained, and demanded that she dispose of it somewhere it would never be seen of again. However, the Cardinal would not listen to reason. She would only say that the stone was necessary to wake the gods for their eternal slumber. Wake the gods? But that's... I could not bring myself to believe Miss Shirky's words either, not until I heard the same story from the Sandorian Cathedral. The hymns of the Tavnesian choir would sing. Their words possessed the power to bring the gods back to life. A stone, a song. Wait, the song Prish sang to help Steltius escape, is that the same song? And so, the whole song has been recited? No, there's a 5th verse, and only the sleeping gods know it. However, If one were to inquire with the god that recently awoke in the Ulgarand range, it is only a matter of time before the fifth and final verse is sung. Or possibly the woman in No, I cannot trust you with that information yet. Good day. The woman in Celtius? Uncle Sid, the Tinshota just sent a message. Prish has been spotted in Juno. What? Prish in Juno? They told her that there was a warrant out for her capture, but she didn't seem to listen. What's wrong? Why would she go back and risk being captured? Juno. Perhaps she's gone to meet with... Ulmia, is there something you should know? Master Sid, I must leave for Juno immediately. Ulmia. This doesn't look good. Ravate, find Tenzin and Lugranz and tell them what's happened. Then hurry to Juno. Tell them not to worry about the Malvodopolis. I have a party of musketeers. No, gold musketeers. Send her right away. Waves, you had better go to Juno as well. If you can't find this Prish, then we'll all meet in front of the Grand Duke's palace and plan our next move. If she's already been captured, then I can guarantee you she'll be somewhere in that building. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Promethea, mission complete. Next mission is... We can actually get Cherokee Z's trust now. I don't know if she's any good, but apparently we can go with that if we so feel like it. So now we're on chapter 6. Let's go. So you buy Yggdrasil bead. Where do you buy Yggdrasil bead? Actually, no. Because do you know what? If I look at my quest, I did get some. Well, I guess I didn't. Not the Delve one. No, I don't. Let's back to this way. Boom, ba, boom, boom. I must do my domain invasion later, and then tomorrow, once I do my domain invasion at 4 o'clock tomorrow, I will get my new body piece. Yeah. I actually don't even know what the next recommended body piece is. Like, if I was looking at my single wheels TP set, here we go. So, well, they're saying me to augment the Valorious Mail. But then they're saying it's a relic, I think. The Agog... No, Agog is... AGOG is... It is relic, okay. So they're saying the relic body is what I should be aiming for after this, which is going to take a bit of grinding, so... That's fine. How do you... I'll figure that out later. Right, so they want me to go to... Ba 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 da da boom. Ba da da ba da da boom 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 ba da da boom. I just remember this guy being over here. He might not be over here. Yeah, this guy. Can get to know her there. Chapter 6, Echoes of Time. Waves, what business do you have here today? You see Captain Wolfgang. He's currently... Oh, you were here about the girl Prish and the warrant for her arrest. She presented herself at the palace of her own free will, not so long ago. Naturally, she was taken into custody, but her demands for an audience with a higher authority are becoming increasingly vocal. I wonder if Captain Wolfgang will return from his duties anytime in the near future. Waves, I apologize for interrupting your conversation, but could you walk with me a moment? Why would Prish surrender herself so easily? I have no idea what she could be thinking. Thank the mercy of Altana that Prish has escaped any punishment while the Junoan government is occupied with other matters. If he could only use this opportunity to rescue her somehow. Waves, Lady Olmia. Tenzin, I'm glad to have found you. You've heard of the young lady's predicament? We need to gather everyone together to unite our actions and plan our next move. The rest of our friends are waiting in the tavern in Upper Juno. A tavern in Upper Juno? Aldo has used his influence to secure an establishment for us for our exclusive use, if only for a short while. I will await you on the premises. Until then. Okie dokie doke. Have I got any merits or job points? Probably don't. I've got 6. I was going to say, because I've been leveling Dancer, I haven't been getting any, but I'm actually just getting experience again. Let's say go to Upper Juno. It's probably still quicker this. Current region, Upper Juno. I don't know where the marble bridge is, so let's go here. Figure it out. Oh, I actually think it actually is on the other side of this entire zone. Do you ever get like a back of the head notion that you wish you could punch those small onion players? You mean the little Tarasaurus? What do you mean? Where's the marble bridge? Oh, sorry. Yes, yeah, just absolutely punch them. Waves, good to see you. We have finally grasped the entire tapestry that our separate tales have woven. I never believed that something like this was possible. I suggest you prepare yourself before Lady Ulmia arrives. Why is everyone so quiet? Something wrong? Lady Ulmia, we have been waiting for you. Will you steel her heart and listen to the story we have to tell? I'm assuming they're going to do a nice little recap of the 3 tales of the 3 paths that we did in the last one. Of course, we have tried to refute this conclusion with some other explanation. However, we now know that the boy, Celtius, has come to thwart the plans of the Ancient Ones and steal the light of the crystals. We also know that the divinity of darkness that rules over the kindred was not Promathia after all, but the Moblins heard from divinity of darkness that the keeper of Apocalypse already risen. And surely you have seen the Magicite embedded in Precious Trest. According to your explanation, the stone contained from the emptiness of the Twilight God, Promathia. Lady Ulmia, this must come quite a shock as you are close to Lady Prish, but I must inform you of the facts I have learned from the terrestrial avatars, Carbuncle and Finra. After 10,000 years, the Keeper of the Apocalypse was fated to be born in the nation of Tavnasia. Surely you are not saying that the Keeper you speak of is Prish. It's impossible. I refuse to believe it. We've been friends since the time before Tavnasia's destruction. I can honestly say that I have never met a person more pure of heart. She has more faith and more courage. How could she be the Keeper of the Apocalypse and still urge Diablos to save the world? It is true that I do not know of anyone who possesses the zest for life that Prish has. And if we had but time and the knowledge, we could rescue Lady Prish from this destiny. However, we have no time remaining. A duty lies before us. Lord Bahamut and his minions must be stopped. And if Cardinal Medaldrin is still alive as we believe, she will be planning to use Prish to awaken the Twilight God. With Prish and her Magicite in the Cardinal's possession, the world is one step away from oblivion. When Promathia awakens, there will be no stopping the Moblins. Stop it, all of you. You truly intend to do away with Prish if it means that the plans of the Worm King Bahamut will be prevented? That is something I cannot do. Lady Ulmia, Let her be. The first thing we have to do is rescue Prish from the Grand Duke Palace. I'll start working on a plan. I will call upon some old acquaintances. They may be able to help us. I wish no more lives be lost, and will do what can. Waves, do you agree with our decision? I feel like saying what decision is like a slap in their face. In order to save the world from destruction, we must defeat the one known as the Keeper of the Apocalypse. Even if Lady Prish herself is the Keeper, I will not fail to carry out this task. I don't agree now. Do not let our actions concern you. You are free to follow your own path from here. I only ask that you look after Lady Ulmia. She did not take this news well. There is little you can say to comfort her, but at least see her safely to Tavnesia. If you ask the aid of Lady Eshnatarl, I'm sure your return will be a swift one. Until we meet again. Travel to Rule Gardens. Do da do da do do do. Waves. I must apologize for my childish behavior. I never should have run off in such a flustered state. I do understand what everyone is saying. I understand that the Worm King, Bahamut, plans to obliterate all of the people of Vana'diel. Even with the might of the Juno Armada, many more innocent lives will be lost in this conflict if something is not done. And I do understand that everyone truly wishes to rescue Prish from her destiny. However, it is as Lord Diablos has said, we cannot save both the world and all of her people. Lord Diablos, I wonder if he called Prish into his dream world as he knew the truth of her identity, that she is the Keeper of the Apocalypse. Was Cardinal Medaldrin also aware of the truth? Is that why she gave Prish that amulet? But I still... Waves, it may be too late at this point, but there is something I must tell you. When Prish had collapsed and her amulet was stolen, it was only for a second, but I'm pretty damn sure. The presence I felt when the amulet was stolen, it was definitely Miss Medaldrin. You're saying that the Cardinal Medaldrin took the amulet from you? Why would she act in such a manner? Did not the Cardinal give the amulet to you as a gift? Yeah, she did. Miss Medaldrin was always watching over me through the amulet. She was always making sure I wasn't doing something stupid or getting myself into trouble. But she needed to take the amulet back. An old friend she'd waited a long time for had finally returned. She apologized to me in her thoughts, said that I would be safe while I was in Juno. But then... Cardinal Medaldrin would have known that we, the survivors of the Great War, were unable to leave the island. She knew, but she did not come to help us. She abandoned us to our fate. No, I don't think so. Miss Medaldrin left it to me. Left it to you? So as far as I understand, the amulets are actually like cameras or something. You can see through them. I'm starting to think that Eshnatarl is way more involved than we had previously thought either, but... Left what to you? What was Prish about to say, I wonder? What could Cardinal Medaldrin have entrusted to us? Surely not the resurrection of the Twilight God. I might be naive. It might be naive of me to believe that you are on my side. However, I'm not willing to give up. I want to sing of a world where both Vana'diel and all our peoples are saved. Will you dream of such a world alongside me? Yes, I'll fight till the end. Thank you, Waves. I will once again go to the Grand Duke Palace. I have not found anyone in town who has information, but Maki Chibuki and the others have probably tracked down some rumors. There must be something we can do to save Prish. There must be someone who knows of the Cardinal. Okay. So I go here. Waves, what are you doing here? Have you found some means to stop the Worm King Bahamut? The battle is soon to begin. An airship carrying a group of adventurers was downed in an attack of the Worms. We have completed preparations on the warships, and nothing remains to be done. Only, I don't know if this is good news or bad news for you, but the commander of the Junonian Armada, Lady Eshtatarl, is nowhere to be found. Lord Nagmalada has also disappeared without much of an escort. Damn it, this wouldn't be your doing, would it? Of course not. My apologies. You must forgive my wild accusations. No matter how much one despises senseless bloodshed, there are few who can stand by while their home was burnt to the ground. And so, if it means saving Juno from the worms, I have no choice but to cooperate with this race of scientists, of ancients. Captain Wolfgang, the criminals who escaped with the warship 03 have been identified. It appears to be the work of these three Tarus. We have a witness who overheard them talking about heading to a place they referred to as the Fated Land. They took a warship? Is it possible they know where our missing officials have disappeared to? And where is this Fated Land they spoke of? Split up, find some answers. One of the Armada ships missing. With all the Titan security, how could anyone have pulled off a feat as grand as stealing an airship? Okay. I said talk to them. Okay, Mizro Coast. Second favorites, Mizro Coast. Oh, I should have actually went to. Let me see. I-11. I feel like I'm miles away from it. I-11. Oh, I am. That's, they said I can do it quicker this way. Travel to the point. Current region. No, not current region, I guess. Amazing. Arch. No. Townesia. Safe hold. Which one is near the exit? This one. Take the bottom left exit. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go. I think because there's actually not many people here anyway, I could probably just close the stream and boot up the stream again later. Well, I don't know. I'm only going to go on for like 30 minutes max. So, what do you recommend, people? Ability mounts. I might just leave it up. Oh, no. I-11. I-11. down the bottom. Directly southwest from here. Yeah, fuck it, I'll leave it up. I'll leave it up and we'll. So after I do this next, there's a bit of fighting here. So I think apparently just interacting with the gate will spawn them, so I don't think it's like in an instant place. How would you even know to come here is the thing. Boom, ba ba boom. Banger. What's like with that? What's she doing here? Waves. You did well to find this place. I assume you were led here by the memories of the Mother Crystal. Even if the crystal line is cut, as long as people exist, as long as there is life in Vana'diel, the memories of the Mother Crystal will endure. There is nothing anyone can do to change that. We are all born from the light of the crystal, and we return to that luminescence when we die. People are also born from darkness, and return to darkness. The opposites of light and dark. Both are held within you. You are born from the light that illuminates all, and then slowly devoured by the emptiness that desires only oblivion. The cycle created for the sake of the Twilight God, from Athia. Waves, how can you speak to my soul? Celtius, what have you done to Waves? Now is not the time to answer such questions, is it? After the passing of 10,000 years, it is time for us to discover why our paths have crossed again. Celtius, the pact you left with the terrestrial avatars has been honored by all the children of Vana'diel. The coming of the Keeper of the Apocalypse has been prevented. However, Bahamut does not hold the pact to be complete. Is it true that unless the Keeper of the Apocalypse is freed from the cycle of the Mother Crystal, the pact cannot be considered fulfilled? You need not use common speech. The amulet, the testament of affinity, connects my soul to yours. Let us finally walk the same path that has brought us here over the span of 10,000 years, for Vana'diel and for the future. Oh yeah. He has eluded me yet again. Fucking Nagmaletta. Was that your plan, Essentarl? To use the Testament of Affinity to link your souls? You mean to have your soul taken over, just as Prish did? No. Your plan was to make it appear as if your soul had been possessed. A way to protect yourself, perhaps. An excuse for letting Celtius escape. No feeble attempts at denial. Just what I'd expect from a Zilart. But I have learned the truth from the Mother Crystal. You were born a Kulu, as was I. The Chamber of Eventide, created by the Dawn Maiden, Yevnole, to heal the Kulu people, to restore the whisper of their souls. I should have realized when Bahamut mentioned that name. Am I correct in assuming that the Zilart interfered in the investigation of Alteu to hide the fact of its completion? Was my Kulu talent in negotiation so very valuable to you? The celestial city of Alteu was destroyed along with the Chamber of Eventide 10,000 years ago. No matter how much I explain, you will not believe me, but Zilart still holds this truth. When Alteu was enfolded in the energy of the crystal, the power of the terrestrial avatars was absorbed by the city. That event caused an anomaly in space and time, bringing them from the ancient past to the present day, or so the theory goes. As a Kulu, I do not presume to speak for the beliefs of the Zilart, but I have received some fascinating insights from Diabolos. He claims that the celestial capital exists even now, beyond the fifth crystal, and that the Zilart people living in the city are alive and well. It cannot be. This information must be verified. I will travel beyond the distortion in space and time and see this place myself. And then I will use the Chamber of Eventide to gain immortality, as you have. The whisper of the soul will be mine again. Nagmalada, your longing to become one of the Zilart led you to betray your Kulu. But you must not go to the capital. Celtius has warned me. Alteu is no longer the homeland that we once knew. It has become a tainted place. Forbidden place. Forbidden? Use this to see into the soul of Celtius. He will explain everything to you. So I can let a traitor take control of my mind? For the moment, I will be satisfied with watching you die. We'll just say that you were killed by Celtius, shall we? Wait, if you spare me, I will give you anything you want. You'll give me anything. You certainly were born of Kulu stock. Show me how far you have fallen. I'm not the one who has fallen. They finally did something good. I truly appreciate your help. A most reliable trio indeed. I doubt Nagnamola will be able to stay in Juno after this. You have shown commendable judgment in this matter. 'Twarn't nothing. However, Celtius has gone. The celestial capital that Celtius showed me. Could it be? Bahamut. I think I understand. The battle with the worms is about to begin. A meaningless war will soon be set into motion. There is no other choice but to fight. Great Goddess Altana, bless us with the victory we need. Very interesting. Very interesting. So now we walk back to making to go to Juno again. I think I can do this. This is more just running around for a second. And then the next section of it is the end of that chapter. This chapter, unless I'm not trying to, I don't want to click ahead too much. This current mission is short again. So that was one mission done there. Now this is another one, which is just like, go here, talk to these guys. So it might be two ways. Juno Rule Gardens 1. Do. Ba-ba-bum. have to talk to this guy a lot, considering they're not really an important person, but I guess they're just in the right location. Every time we talk to this guy, someone else comes in and takes over the conversation. You adventurers are quick to hear the news. Lady Essentarn has returned to us. The Junoan Armada has been authorized to begin an assault on the worms. We are conducting final flight inspections on all vessels. Please keep out of the way and allow engineers to do their job. Wah, wah, wah. What a racket. Those Taru were punished for their crimes of stealing a warship and flying out of Juno. They claimed they were just following orders, but Lord Nagmalada is also awaiting disciplinary action to be decided by the Armathrin Society. No matter your position, if you break the law... Isn't that a lady friend of yours? Or isn't that lady a friend of yours? That is that a lady friend of yours? Oh, you three. Whatever is the matter? Come now. No more tears. Surely things are not that bad. We're done for. Our necks are on the chopping block. We gotta get out of here. Whatever for? There are rumors all over town about the brave Taru who saved an important official. Is there some other terrible failure that you are regretting? No, we've done everything right. We used the right blend of deceit and betrayal, honey and vinegar. We've bribed the townsfolk, avoided the authorities. We've groomed ourselves into the perfect candidates to become bureaucrats of the future. They have run off because I showed up. Frish. What the hell is wrong with you? Give me 1 second. So, what the hell's wrong with you? If you keep this up, I'm going to start rethinking my plan to cut you in charge of Tavnesia. Get yourselves together. I'm going to kick you into the next Waters Day. You have a responsibility to look out for Olmia and everyone else in the market state. But what? Sorry to fly off without an explanation, Olmia. And for you, thanks for worrying about me. There's not much time, but I'll tell you what I know. Get yourselves to the audience chamber. Prish? Yo, Cornfed. Actually, yeah, so on PSX, Corn, you do it it's important to do the menu immediately, actually, because on PSX there's a field text speed slider that you need to put up. So you do it like as soon as you stand up from the computer in the classroom. But I'm going to bail now for a little bit. I'm actually just going to log out because it doesn't matter. Stop streaming. I'll start streaming again. I'll start streaming again when I get back. I don't think there's any point in just leaving the stream up for half an hour, AFK. But I am coming back shortly. So yeah, I will not even raid anyone. I'll just shut down and I will be back in like 30, 40 minutes. See you in a bit, dudes.